Okay, so I've just finished setting up my ALEKS student account, and I want to take my initial assessment. As you can see, ALEKS is starting out with just an introduction to the software. So this is telling me that it's going to give me an assessment to find out what I already know, so that it can teach me just exactly those things that I don't know yet. So I'm going to get started. Here's my main menu. Whenever I have notifications, they'll show up here. And over here I have a panel that tells me, what do I do now? What do I do now? I take the tools tutorial. And this is just going to take me through and show me how do I enter a number, how do I clear something if I decide I don't like what I entered, how do I undo? All right. This is going to show me how to enter more complicated math. And even more complicated math. 5 exponent 2. Oh, I'm going to enter something really complicated. Plus 3. Okay. This is going to show me how to draw a graph. And how to use the built-in calculator. And now that I've finished the tools tutorial, here we go. I'm going to start my initial knowledge check. Remember, stay focused. That's always a good idea when I'm doing math. Have a pencil and paper available. Remember that you're going to be responsible to turn in your written work from this assessment next week. Oh, and depending on how well I do on this assessment, I might have more or less topics that I need to finish. That's good to know. So I want to do my absolute best. Okay. When it appears, I can use the ALEKS calculator. You can use your own calculator whenever you'd like. Oh, there's an I don't know button. If it asks me a question I don't know the answer to, I can just hit that I don't know button. So I'm going to start my knowledge check. So I read through this first question. So I see this question and it looks kind of weird. Maybe I've never seen something like this before. So I hit I don't know. The first time you hit I don't know, it's going to warn you. That warning just means, make sure that you know the consequences. But I really don't know how to do this. I want ALEKS to teach it to me. So I'm going to hit I don't know. You're not expected to know how to answer every question on this initial knowledge check. If you did, you wouldn't need to be taking this class. Wow, I have no idea how to do that one. I actually do. I'm teaching the class. Oh, but this one I know. I know that the interior angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to turn to my pencil and paper. And if you're referring to the PDF that I uploaded with this video, you'll see that first I'm kind of copying the sketch of this triangle. No need to be exact, but I'm copying the numbers. This is so that if I refer back to it later, I'll be able to see what I did. And so x plus 36 plus 35 is 180. All right. And now, ALEKS isn't giving me a calculator, but I'm going to use one for this arithmetic. X plus 71 is 180. X, that'll be 180 minus 71, is 109. And looking at that angle, I can believe that that's a 109-degree angle, right? That's a pretty big angle. So I'm going to submit. And now it's picking a next question for me. Okay, so now I'm multiplying fractions. I know how to do that. 4/5, I'm working on my scratch paper now, times 10/3. I work through the problem on my scratch paper, and I get 8/3. Notice it told me to answer as a fraction in simplest form, so I had to make sure to simplify that. 40/15 would not have been correct. Okay, so I'll submit this. No sense in you watching me take this whole assessment. I'm going to pause the recording now, and we'll meet up on the other side of the assessment. Okay, so now that I've finished my initial assessment, it's showing me my ALEKS Pi. It says that overall, I've mastered 27 out of 136 topics in the class. That's 20%. Is that a bad grade? Well, no, because this just means that I have a lot to learn. In fact, I have 109 topics to learn. Oh, this is that pi that's talked about on Blackboard. The colored part of each slice shows what you know. Hey, this slice is pretty full. The gray area shows what you'll learn in this class. Okay. Here's my ALEKS Pi tab. Click on a slice to get more information. Oh. So this says I've mastered 23. I haven't learned any in this class yet, and there are 16 left in this yellow slice. I go to my timeline to see my learning path. Okay. So as I learn topics, my marker goes up toward my goal. So this is where I am right now. And I just need to keep going up till the end of the class. Okay. See what you're working toward. Working toward course readiness. My first objective is course readiness. There are some things that I need to review before I'm ready to work in this class. Okay, and now I start working on lessons. I go to a new page in my notebook for my written work, and this is going to explain to me how to find the perimeter of a rectangular square. I know that because that's the title. Sometimes it takes a little while to load. Okay, find the perimeter of the rectangle. This is my learning page. After I read through this, I'm going to hit Start. So perimeter, I click on that link and it gives me what does perimeter mean. Oh, the perimeter means the distance around. I know how to find that now. I just add up all the side lengths. Oh, and because this is a rectangle, I guess because this is a rectangle, these opposite sides that didn't have labels, well, they're the same length. So I just add them up. Oh! Or I could use this formula where I multiply each side length by 2. So now I start to work on lessons. This shows how many correct answers I need in a row. I need 5 correct answers in a row. Ouch. Okay. Well, on my scratch paper then, I'm writing down that I'm working on the perimeter of a square or rectangle. Right, I can hit the explanation button if I need one. This is a square. The last one was a rectangle. Let's see if this explanation is going to help. Oh, The difference between a square and a rectangle is that its sides are all equal. So that means these sides must all be 27. I'm going to note that on my paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my calculator to add up 4 copies of 27. And I'll get 108. Oh, I forgot something, didn't I? And Alex is going to remind me, please make sure to use the correct unit symbol. Well, this side was in inches, so the total must also be in inches. That's nice. It reminded me to do that instead of marking me wrong. Let's do another one. Okay, so this one's not a square, it's a rectangle. But I remember what I saw before, that the top and bottom are the same length, and the left and right are the same length. So the perimeter is going to be 11 plus 16 plus 11 plus 16. You can add that up by hand or on your calculator. Either way, you're going to get 54. So we have 54 cms. cms. Oh! If I get 2 in a row, I get double credit. So that means if I don't get any of them wrong, I only have to do 3 of these. That's way better than having to do 5. I'm going to get this next one wrong just so you can see what happens. So here I've got a square again. I have 17 on all the sides. So its perimeter is going to be 17 plus 17 plus 17 plus 17. Right, using my calculator to add that up, I get 68. Right, so the right answer is 68, and you and I both know it. But I'm going to type in 66. Let's see what happens when I put in the wrong answer. Oh, it says it's wrong. And it took away one of my points. Now I have to do extra questions. That's no good. I'm going to have to be careful not to do that again. Okay, but we know the right answer. It's actually 68. Okay, let's do another one of those. Oh, it gave me that point back when I got it right. That's pretty cool. Okay. Maybe I'll only have to do one more? Let's see if I still have that 2 in a row, I get double. Okay. 16, left and right are the same length. 26, the top and bottom are the same length. So I'll have 26 plus 16 plus 26 plus 16 is, calculator, 84. So my perimeter is 84 YD, yards. I did still get the double credit. That's cool. That means, hey, I only have 9 more topics to go to get to my objective. Right? And now I can click continue my path, and it'll just take me straight into the next lesson. When you're done, it will save exactly where you are. The only thing it won't save is exactly the problem that you're looking at. So there's no need to save your progress. Your progress is automatically saved. Do finish a problem that you've started before you close. Before I close, I'm going to just show you some of these extra ways to get help. Textbook. Oh. This references Essentials of Geometry for College Students, 2nd edition. If you want to refer to that textbook, you can stop by the Developmental Math Center. They have copies of it. Dictionary. This shows me all the terms that are used on this page. I can look up any of those terms. Message your instructor. This gives me an email window right here in the page that I can use to email my instructor and ask for help. It also gives me tools if I need to type math in the email body, which is something I don't have if I just send it from my email. And then I have the option to print this page. If you come and see me during my office hours and you want to ask about a specific topic, it's probably a good idea to print out that topic and bring it with you, just so that we can refer to it. Okay, so when I'm done, my progress is automatically saved. Okay, I need to actually do these tutorial things, right? These are the other things that I'm ready to learn. If I don't feel like doing this lesson, I can always look at the top here and work on some other things. When I'm done, I just log out and then I close my browser window.